What's shaking, nerds? Welcome back to another video, and today we got the 12.7 patch notes dropped on us, so we're going to be discussing those. We also got a look at some of the new items, and also we might have gotten the first peek at Sanitar, the new shoreline boss. I think that's how you say it, Sanitar. Yeah, I think so. Either way, I'm so excited because I love shoreline so much. We got the 11.7 patch notes dropped. We had a podcast chock full of information. So today I'm just going to talk about a couple of things. And the first thing I'm going to show you is what we think is the new Sanitar boss, which is the new shoreline boss. They didn't directly show him, but in the trailer they showed, we pretty sure, like, we broke the trailer down quite a bit, and we think this is him, the pictures and videos I'm about to show over and over again. And also we got to see his stims, and I have to tell you guys, those stims are looking crazy good, like crazy good. So first, I do want to say a blurb that came out of the patch notes. Actively uses professional skills in combat, quickly healing himself and gang members. He uses various stimulants and medications, including those of his own production. He can quickly perform surgery by pulling out a bullet or applying a tourniquet on the field. Sometimes he is loyal to the scavs and can leave a couple of first aid kits or other medical supplies for his own group members on location. Also, Nikita did say a couple of crazy things about him himself that I'm going to wait till the end, but the first thing I do want to talk about with this is how good his stims are going to be. We saw 5 out of the 7 new stims on the podcast, and I just want to show you guys, and everyone can tell me whether they think it's OP or they're just okay. Spoiler alert. They look amazing. The first one is called the Mule Stim. It's going to give you a weight limit plus 50% for 900 seconds. Your health regeneration is minus 0.1 for 900 seconds, but that doesn't matter because you're going to be able to carry out 50% more stuff without it even bothering you. Wow, awesome. This is going to be every Chad's wet dream right here. The second one we got is the Cocktail Obdoloblos. I don't know how to say it, but that's all it is. So I'm guessing you're not going to have pain effect for 1800 seconds. Stamina recovery is plus 1.5 for 1800 seconds. Your skill endurance is plus 10 for 1800 seconds. Skill strength is plus 20 for 1800 seconds. Stress resistance skill is up 20 for 1800 seconds again. Memory though is going to go down. Your intellect is going to go down, your attention is going to go down, and your energy recovery is going to go down. I did see a couple of these during the stream while they were just playing with them, and some of these stims can make you jump so high. You're going to be able to parkour in some crazy places. It almost made you float like you're in Halo. It was pretty nuts, but this one, we're going to have to see if you guys are digging it or not. But again, all these stims are going to be super OP in some way or another for sure. The next one is AHF1M. This one is going to give you your health skill up plus 5 for 60 seconds. It's going to prevent new bleeds for 60 seconds, but your hydration recovery is going to go way down. Okay, so the P22, this one might make people kind of angry, only because for 60 seconds, minus 20% damage. Your stress resistance is going to go up plus 30 for 60 seconds. Your health is going to go up plus 30 for 60 seconds. Your vitality is going to go up for 60 seconds. Endurance though and stamina recovery go down for 60 seconds. Again, I think the big thing here is damage taken minus 20%, but don't worry, there's one more stim, and if you're already upset at this one, wait till you see the next one. So the last one we got to take a look at is Melatonin. Damage taken minus 20% for 900 seconds. Your strength's going to go up for 900 seconds plus 10. Your endurance goes up plus 30 for 900. Your recovery goes up plus 1.5 for 900. Your hydration and your energy plummet. But who gives a shit, because your damage is minus 20%. Nuts. This is nuts. The one thing I do want to let everyone know about is because these stims are going to be new and shiny and everyone's going to be excited for them, they're going to be very expensive on the flea market. Also, I'm really hoping when you do kill the boss, you only get one of these stims. I don't want there to be 2 on them. I think these stims already do quite a bit for you, that I think if there's more than one on the body, it'll be a little bit too much. but that's just me. There is one more thing that they talked about, Nikita himself, about the scav boss on Shoreline, and I just want to play that clip right now.
We'll be roaming on the Shoreline location, and we'll like commit like some kind of stashes. He will put some items in some secret places that he knows.
So to me, this kind of sounds like he's going to have his own separate hidden stashes all along Shoreline, and he'll just ditch stuff that he has on him in those places, so that say a scav does get hurt, it's meant for those scavs to go to that stash, even though they won't, and heal themselves. Really like this idea. You know, it'll be really fun. It's just another kind of hidden stash area for you to go check out, and it's going to be another hotspot maybe for PvP. The other thing it looks like from the trailer that they did show in the podcast itself is that you're going to be able to fight him either on pier, in cabin, or in resort. And it does also sound like he will be roaming more, but I think those are going to be the three main places to go check to see if he's spawned or not. They also talked about some new ammo coming out in 12.7, so this is the whole list right here. The first one's 366 APM ammo. This is actually not a real ammo. It's an armor piercing 366, but the thing is 366 is kind of like a civilian ammo, so there's no reason for it to be armor piercing, but they made it for this game only because they wanted it for the 366. There's some new 4.5 ammo coming out. There's the Hydra Shock, and there's also the Laser Match. For 9x19, there's the Quake Maker. I'm not quite sure where this is going to fit, but he said something about it being a heavy ammo. I didn't look too much into it, I'm not going to lie. But what I did hear about was the 9x19 7N31 ammo. This is going to be better than the AP ammo, and that gets me really, really excited. I won't lie to you. Only because 9x19 ammo eventually, you know, it can only really do a lot of damage to level 4 armor, not really anything above. So if this can do some damage to level 5 armor, and it could, you know, put you on the kind of the same level, that will be really, really good. The problem with that is, you know, your MPXs, your MP5s, they do spit out a lot of bullets. And the thing with this one is it's going to be expensive. If AP ammo's already as expensive as it is, I can see this one being like maybe $5 to $6 around. And right now I have a lot of 9x19 AP ammo because I crafted it. I'm just waiting to use it. But to be honest, I'm going to be selling that stuff on the flea market ASAP, so that when this stuff comes out, I at least, you know, have a good chunk of cash to put towards it. Also, they added 7.62 M993. So this is going to be, you know, like your M80 round and your M62 round, but he did say that this is going to be better than M61. I can also see this being just as expensive as M995 though. M995 I think currently is at $12 a round, and I could see this somewhere being between 10 and 11. It's going to be a great ammo for, you know, anything that takes 7.62. And you know what, now if you can get your hands on a little bit of this and have, say, like a Vepr Hunter, you can do some work for sure. They also are adding the underbarrel grenade launcher. So this is a whole separate gun. I'm going to show you that in a second, but they do have 5 different rounds for the grenade launcher itself. Already my mods are telling me in one raid I'm going to blow myself up with it. Like the first raid I have my hands on it. I'm giving myself 4 raids, guys. I think in 4 raids, you know, on the 4th raid I might blow myself up, but I'm going to show you some gameplay footage of it. I'm really liking the model of it. It looks really dope. It looks like a really cool secondary. I'm just interested in seeing how much, you know, each round's going to cost, how much the gun itself's going to cost. But let me show you some of the models they shown of the gun and also him playing with it in a round.
used by fair players and for those who really as it was intended. So it's not like just to hop in and... Что, ты убил кого-нибудь из гранатомета? Oh, yay! Many of you are thinking that the GLs from the players, it's always a good thing, but somehow you decided that they like make something because they have the connection to me. No.
So with the grenade launcher, there's one other gun coming to 12.7, and that's the Mossberg 590A1 shotgun. If you guys didn't already know, the shotguns did get a buff recently, so this is going to be a great addition. Also, with this patch is going to come some new attachments, and like I already said, some new ammo. There is a lot of meat to these patch notes, but I want to pick out my favorite things that I think you're going to really enjoy and really matter to you. If you want to look at them all, I'm going to give you the whole patch notes down below in the description. You can click on the link and read them all, but I'm going to give you the meat of this. One of the biggest new additions to 12.7 is improved AI behavior. So bots can now pick up items. That's super rad. You know, when you kill a scav now, you're not just going to be like, oh, maybe they have rubles or a couple things. They might actually have some really good loot on them now. They improved AI behavior when they see bodies. Bots now can pick up a second firearm from bodies. This one's a big one because a lot of times if you're scavving in, the only way you can really tell scavs apart, unless they're running frantically, is I'm like, oh, that scav has a secondary on him. I know that's a scav player then. So now it's going to be a little more difficult for you to be able to tell who's a scav player and who's not. AI can now greet each other. Bots will eat, drink while in peaceful mode. AI will perform a mag check when in peaceful mode. Bots can check someone for friend or foe by aiming at them. Bots will sprint while patrolling if they consider the spot being dangerous. So I'm thinking if, you know, gas on shoreline, you know, instead of just walking out in the open, they might just run across now instead of just being out in the open like dummies. AI will be able to storm players as a group if he's holding position, attacking them. So in my head, this is just like Gluhar and the boys. You know, if you attack them and you don't kill them, they're going to all bum rush you all at once. So that makes sense why the scavs would do the same thing. Also, AI will try to avoid dangerous places. I was talking to my chat about this one, and I think it's in the same line as the sprinting thing. Like, say there's the gas station and again on shoreline and they know it's really dangerous. Maybe they'll go on the outside of it. Maybe they'll go beach side, but they definitely won't go out in the open just like dummies anymore. This is also the first iteration of improving and reworking the skill system. So there's going to be a new skill called surgery. It's going to reduce HP penalty for surgery, improve surgery speed, and when you get it to level 51, if you guys don't know, that's when you max out a skill. You get an elite perk for that certain skill. These elite perks are going to be no HP penalty for the restored body part and maximum increase in the speed of surgery. They're also adding a new skill called aim drills, so this is going to increase the speed of aiming. Also, it's going to decrease the volume of aiming, and that's the one I'm really excited for because I don't know about you, but there's a lot of times I've been, you know, in say dorms or a resort and you can hear someone ADS near you. This is going to kind of dampen that sound a bit depending on your level, and I'm all for that. The elite perks on this one's going to be no handshaking at any stamina value first 2 seconds after aiming, and also reduce hands shaking during tremor and fracture the first 2 seconds after aiming. The first skill that they're going to rework is the strength skill, and I think we can all agree with that. You know, this increase all weight limits, this increases the speed of the sprint, increases the jump height, increases the strength of the grenade throw, increase the strength of the melee attack. So that's all the same. Where it gets different is the weight does not take into account the weapons on the sling and on the back. Currently, I think it only takes into account the weight in your backpack. So I'm guessing now it's going to also take an account for your rig. Also, melee attack can be stronger than usual. What I'm really hoping for is that strength becomes a little bit easier to level up. Even as someone that plays this game full time, I even think it's ridiculously hard to level up strength. So that's where I'm hoping they kind of rework it, is it's just a little bit easier to level up and gives everyone a little bit more chance to boost it. The last rework of a skill is endurance. They're going to increase feet stamina with it, reduce stamina consumption for jumping, increase holding breath time when ADS, increase the speed of breath recovery, and then the elite perks are maximum increase in breathing recovery rate. Breathing is no longer dependent on energy, and increased stamina reserve. They're also doing various fixes in the old skills, and I think the biggest change that is coming, there's a lot of big changes, but the biggest kind of change to us personally will be added 5 HP to the health of chest zone, so from 80 to 85. This might not mean a lot to everyone, but it does mean a lot. I'm going to tell you that right now. There's very few ammo that can deal 85 damage, so now you're going to have to at least 2-tap people's chest. You won't be able to single shot people's chests anymore. And something we've been hearing a lot about with the start of this wipe was, you know, we want longer gunfights, and this is going to cause that. I think this is going to be a huge change. I'm really looking forward to it. It might be good, it might be bad, but you know what? I'm really excited to try it out, and hopefully the fights last a little bit longer and it's not just pew pew, you're dead, you know? So thank you, nerds, so much for watching the video. If you liked it, please think about giving it a thumbs up. Also, maybe think about subscribing. It's free for you guys, but it definitely means the world to me, so just think about it. Also, I do stream 5 days a week on twitch.tv, Monday to Friday. Come on by, we watched the podcast, we talked about all the patch notes afterwards. It was a lot of fun to hang out with everyone. And I just want to say thank you again for watching this video. And until next time, I'll talk to everyone later.